Muskin adversary. Um, this is probably going to be the last part of the my analysis and reaction to KiryuuAi's video on Sonic93 because if you see my previous one and I didn't timestamp it, I'll tell you why soon. I didn't find out until a certain part of the video, probably around like the 7 minute mark, sometime after that maybe, that this person was more than likely not even an adult, or they were simply not very aware of what Dumbsville dragged them into. I was very unhappy. You may hear me sounding all like happy and like ready to roast them in the beginning. That's because I didn't have any idea at the time. And I wanted to keep my reaction in the video because I do make mistakes and I want you to know how I felt and how a lot of us who take things like this seriously would feel when you hear someone who is either a minor or an adult who is genuinely like dealing with mental illness or whatever, and idols drag them into situations to fight their battles for them, which is a big no-no. So I'm not going to start this yet. I want to talk about something. This you've probably seen in my screenshot in the other video. The first part, I put it here because people keep treating Sonic93 like she's a Junji Ito character, like she's Tomie. She's not even close. The thing is, Dumbsville is basically Batmite, or in this case, Rootmite, because a lot of people like to use her real name, Root, and Batman has an annoying friend from the fourth or fifth dimension. I forgot which dimension. An imp who goes by the name Batmite. And that's Dunsville to Sonic 93. The thing is, you choose to keep acting like you can say whatever you want about her. And do you want people to believe what you're saying? But then when people call you out, you get offended. And then you get scared. And you said that about her, even though it wasn't true about her. You were just saying anything and trying to ruin her. And I have the reasons why. After this, I'm going to read this. Thing is, you call her stupid and all sorts of things. You're giving her attention, even though you call her cringe. Why? Sonic 93 ain't Tomie. Tomie is a big, colossal attention hog. I've seen the Junji Ito stuff. I'm a fan of Junji Ito. When it comes to this guy right here, I like to use this fish guy because he just basically describes everybody who would blindly follow someone. He's the type of person that goes like, I'm gonna be a jerk and writes a crappy fan-made Junji Ito story about Use because I need a reason to make everybody agree with me and think Use is horrible. And I can't do that without kissing up to my puny Lego god. And you probably know why I put the Hulk right here. Any Marvel fans here? Also, I'm bored. This guy right here. And this is Dunsville. Because why not? Sonic 93 would go like, dude, if I'm cringe, then why give me all the attention in the world? That's what you did. You gave her all the attention in the world, saying that, oh, she's not worth it. Oh, she's a monster. She's a demon, or whatever you called her. And you didn't go to the police or any of that. But then Dunsville, who was supposedly a victim, not really. Welcome to Dunsville. Population rising. No, that ain't good. Moving along. I left a message. If you have seen my very first video in this series, um, I eventually left a message, like recently, to Sonic Miku, because this person right here is another one. She talked about her mental illness, and I don't know how much she was groomed into this or not, but I felt the need to say this because she acts like she has something to say about Sonic 93, but then acts like it's not bad, it's nothing bad, but then why are you talking about her bullying people? And if it's true, why didn't you say it before? And if you did, why are you just making a new video out of nowhere 5 days ago to restart the drama? Leave her alone. Here's what I said. because I'm going to go to another thing before I start the video. Hey, I'm not here to attack you or anyone. I've already made a video response to this. Your mental health matters. Everyone should be thinking about their health instead of diving into things they do not know regarding the whole Sonic93 situation. It is bad enough people have ignored threats and attacks on Sonic93, as well as people unrelated to Sonic93 attacking Akai Jane and Yoshiri 1. No offense, but leaving it open for people to discuss the drama here is you opening old wounds. Seriously, I have enough videos made to point out much of what really happened. I have so many. If anyone attacks me and gaslights to get the last word in any way, more than likely, I'm simply going to shake my head and ignore them because I can see right through them. Really, all people ever do is try to make themselves feel better by sounding like the good guys or better people. It's a trend, and no matter what they say, it won't stop them from living in that beloved matrix they crave. So I ask that you, Sonic Miku, think for yourself, move on from this. Please, it's been over 6 years already regarding Sonic93 because many were weaponized. People deserve to be free from the general paranoia induced hearsay. A couple or more of us have asked if Sonic93 were really a terrible person, then why were the police not called? Now, you say this isn't anything bad and that no one should be attacking her, but people didn't listen to you in regards to that. They weaponized your words against her regardless. Again, I ask that you stay out of it and please focus on your health. I think I recall people having asked you to stand down. And I think there were people who asked us, please, to stop with those videos. And I'm gonna tell you this: if you're someone who attacks me after seeing this video, that try to go on a sign and say, "Oh, it's all right, Sonic Miku. This person is just shut up." If you weaponize her, you're enabling her to go against her own mental health. You are weaponizing her. I'm gonna put you in the video and I'm gonna call you out more than likely. If you say something that's really petty, I'm probably just gonna ignore you because you didn't do shit to stop the Sonic93 situation. Instead, you helped to fabricate a single silver fangirl. Moving along, please, if someone's jumping into things like this, tell them to please focus on themselves. Stay out of it for their own good because their health matters. To Dumbsville, Bagadoos, Nico Royam, Sonic Miku, Jar, Alderman Gajinka, and every other Sonic93 accuser out there. When you lie to your own fans, you're not allowing them to get to know you, but rather a fake version of you. They wish to appreciate you, but instead you use them to pamper you and attack someone you fabricate over. How is that fair to you or your fans if you're insulting yourself by being fake and thinking you're not good enough for them or Sonic93 to get to know the real you? Dunsville, why did you lie to KiryuuAi? You used that YouTuber. They seemed to be very young at that time. They made their first drama related video, especially on Sonic93, to quote unquote defend you. Why did you accuse his groom minors and others to attack one single silver fangirl you could have ignored when you called her stupid and all kinds of degrading names? You made her sound like a joke. How was she how was she even dangerous if you never bothered to call the police? Why did you spread paranoia and suddenly grow silent or vanish into hiding? When you lied about yourselves to slander Sonic 93, you proved you didn't love who you truly were and put blame on her for it. How can you even live with yourselves, deluding your own fans and anyone by being who you never truly were? How can you be proud of who you are not and what you've never done? By exposing you, I am also helping you to come clean and see your real potential. I'd rather do that than to let you all suffer and drag people down with you. Dunsville, whether or not you were called Lego Jesus before you met Sonic 93, I can say I am disappointed in you the most out of all the accusers because Sonic 93 was not your inspiration. She was your vitamin C, your piggy bank, your source for attention. And you proved that to be such with every other accuser who has gone after her to be their fountain of youth. You didn't even believe in yourselves, but Sonic 93 did. This is why you accusers were jealous of her. You probably had many things compared to her. Massive fans, maybe, but you couldn't take that quantity, does not equal quality. Sonic 93 was about quality. I'm not saying her quality was picture perfect, no, but she was focused more on what she could do better, even though she had room for improvement. But you goons, you were all about quantity. You were greedy. You wanted all those likes. You think likes and strength in numbers proves everything. No, it doesn't. In Dumbsville, the reason why I made this was because of what you did to Kiryuuu. I'm not saying Kiryuuu can get off scot free. No, no. But at the same time, you did victimize her. So I'm going to do this.
Like, it doesn't matter how well liked a person is. It doesn't mean they can't be criticized. Like everyone else, the famous person is still a human being and can and will make mistakes. And that is what I felt Dumbsville did to me. He may have good intentions with his video on me, but the way he handled the situation after Aldwin's video came out, and how he always told me that I had his support after I apologized, he honestly let me down a lot as a YouTuber, and I can't help but feel disappointed in him.
How cold are you? He looked up to you. He gave you a redemption arc. He let you cameo in a Sonic video, and I don't even like Sonic or care about that. But I watched that to the end, and I was completely interested. He believed in you. We all did.
Let me ask you something, and this is for you to answer yourselves. When someone is just expressing themselves and saying, hey, maybe they had good intentions, but I got a different impression, and this is how I felt. And then another person says, oh, you're cold hearted. They believed in you. They believed in you. They believed in you. They're repeating the same thing. That's what Kiryuuu did. It's like a roboticizer that Dumbsville put in her mind. Is that appropriate? Because I know it's not. You're not defending Dumbsville. You are catering to favoritism. You're not even diving into context with what you're trying to say. You're fabricating, Kiryuuu. You're repeating what other people said, and repeating what other people said, even though it's not always bad. If you're just copying and pasting and you're getting it from hearsay, you're lying to yourself. All because you want to defend Dumbsville. Dumbsville was never Lego Jesus. Dumbsville was never a messiah or your god. Dumbsville was just a human being, albeit one who sucks a lot at actually being honest, because that's where he chose to be.
But why are you doing this? How cold are you?
Also, you're projecting onto Sonic93, Kiryuuu.
Before I will go in details of why I think that, I really need to address something I've noticed. The whole situation with Dumbsville really takes me back the time where Kai had a lot of fan brats before me and Amy ranted on her. Basically, if you're pointing out something you feel someone popular does wrong, you're immediately wrong and gonna get attacked for it despite you just calling out on their bullshit.
And apparently that's what we've been doing, when all we've been doing is giving you constructive criticism, trying to help you.
Not to mention that we were trying as much.
You're only saying they did this, they try to help you, they try to do this. You're not breaking it down. You're just repeating over and over. Just because you say it doesn't mean it happened. Your projecting doesn't make what you want to believe to be true. It doesn't. You can hit your slippers 3 times and say, there's no place like home. You're not gonna go from one place to another all because Dorothy said it in a fictional movie or whatever. It doesn't work like that here. I sped it up since it's just her comparing this to the Akai thing. Yes, I know I spelled it wrong. Here's the thing. You should not have sped it up because you lose credibility like that. If this is supposed to be like the only video or one of the like rare videos with what she's saying, if it were, hypothetically speaking, you're basically being selective of what we hear and what we don't hear. I'm literally playing this video for everyone to see with my reaction.
Much as we could, clarify that we never hated Akai and just wanted her to improve her attitude and give her criticism on her behavior and her artwork. And I am not saying that it's the exact same situation with Dumbsville, but I legit don't understand what the big deal is for me doing something that everyone else is doing. Just say my thoughts and opinions.
So, you might wonder now why I feel disappointed in Dumbsville. Well, mainly because of how he handles different situations and him as a YouTuber himself.
What are you talking about? He literally has more likes than like the whole video you posted like 5 days ago.
You're not even being considerate of the context he's literally providing. You can say, "What are you talking about?" so many times, and you idiots who have your beer cups can sit there and give Kiryuuu cheers all you want. It's not going to make what you say true, all because you want us to believe it. You don't get to dictate what the truth is. The truth is not what you make it. Stop. Seriously, it's fucking annoying and disgusting and pathetic.
And by the way, this is my second day of recording this whole situation, so yeah.
And just to
Kiryuuu, woe is me. That's all I have to say to you right there. You should have grown up right then. No offense.
clarify one thing, everything Dumbsville feels about this whole drama, I can't understand that, and he's entitled to feel whatever he feels. My issue, however, about it is that Dumbsville is too caught up with what he feels and has no interest in hearing me out.
Bullshit!
You can say bullshit all you want. Stop trying to Captain Planet your words. I watched some of what was said from Dumbsville. He can pretend to want to listen, and he can fabricate and project as if Sonic93 is not the one listening. Kiryuuu, this is what abusers do, especially. This is what one of my abusers did to me. They act like, "Oh, I want to listen to what you're saying," and then when I try to say something, they shoot it down and say, "Oh, no, you. You did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. Your friends don't like you." All those different things. You really don't know, do you?
Like in our Discord conversation or the call we've had back in December.
Okay, before she starts that, whole BS stuff about her side, I actually contacted Dumbsville about the whole Discord messages, and as I said before, he said okay. Dumbsville, if you're watching this, thank you for your blessings and all that. So yeah, let's get to reading some.
I'm gonna say this right now. Dumbsville, you're a fucking coward. Every single one of you. For you to weaponize Kiryuuu especially. How fucking dare you? You hid behind your own fans. I would have left people out of it and told them like, hey, this is my situation. How come Lego Jesus can't help himself, huh? How does Lego Jesus hide behind his own fans and send people after Sonic93 like he's from a bootlegged mafia group? You insulted yourself, man, majorly.
Can we talk for a minute? Okay, what's up? So here you're gonna make a video on me. Yeah, I said both in the Melody video and Aldrin's commentary, so I'm gonna re-upload soon. What? Why are you sounding so surprised? I mean, he has all right to be surprised. He didn't really ask to be in any of your videos. I mean, I'm pretty sure you need to ask someone for permission to be in the video or to use their content in a video first before you even make one about them or with their stuff in it. I guess.
The same could be said for you, Kiryuuu, and everybody who went out to Sonic93. But y'all didn't even consider that. Y'all kept making excuses to go after her, to dunk on her. And, I've heard different excuses. Oh, she's manipulative. She's an abuser. She's a doxer. All these lies. And you did not tell the next person, like, hey, let's slow it down. Even if she did these things, she probably feels unsafe. Even if she made someone else feel unsafe, we shouldn't stoop to her quote-unquote level. We need to be organized with how we're talking about her and talking to her. If she did something wrong, that doesn't give us a right to do some damage to her either. You could have just reported her or whatever. But the thing is, your narratives are lies. You're just finding reasons to talk about her. And someone might say to me, "Oh, you didn't ask for permission to, do a video on Dumbsville." It's because this is a hate crime, and barely anyone's talking about it because many people are scared, including the people who caused this mess.
I didn't get to that part of the melody video, huh? Well, I mean, how's the video going to play out? I don't know, haven't started yet. Doesn't it seem a bit, I don't know, wrong that you're covering my video now? Cause that video was made before I had proper context on the whole situation. That's the thing, why I'm making a video. If you don't have the whole thing right, and how was I supposed to defend myself when I had no one by my side? You're missing the point. Before I made the video, I didn't know you personally. I could have gotten proper perspective from you because there was no possible way that I could have contacted you, nor would have felt comfortable contacting you otherwise. I had what I thought was the whole thing at the time, and I didn't know that you had a different side of the story. Dumbsville is right. He didn't know you personally. He looked up to you as an idol, but he didn't know you personally. Also, it would be pretty hard to get your contact info, like, I don't know, anywhere. Because one, the only way you guys basically had contact was like through YouTube comments, and that's the most public place and the worst place to share your contact info or personal info. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thing is, if you watch Nico Royan's video with Dumbsville in it, and you watch my video, my reaction to her, to both of them, you will see where Dumbsville was being a hypocrite, especially Nico, for being a white knight for Dumbsville, when basically Dumbsville was suggesting like, "Oh, Sonic93 is my hero and stuff," but it's like if you consider her inspiration, your idol Dumbsville, and you can't contact her, you wouldn't be like comfortable messaging her because you don't know her, then why did you act like you knew her? Why in the world did you lie about her? You also admitted that you lied to people about Sonic93, and you, I guess, apologized, but not sincerely. No, you didn't sincerely apologize. There's a whole lot of hypocriticism with this. You cannot speak for Dumbsville, Kiryuuu. I know this is 4 years ago, but the fact of the matter that he used you, it really sickens my stomach. The context is not for you to describe. Dumbsville could have described things on his own if he was in the right, and he's a so-called, Lego Jesus. You pampered him.
That's no excuse. You can't make a video based off of someone else's lack of information so you could feel uncomfortable talking to me personally. Gives you a reason to copy and paste all the ones.
I didn't make a video based on someone else's lack of information. From my perspective, there was zero lack of information on my side. Furthermore, the only thing I copied and pasted from Aldwin's argument was her video in my initial video on you. And it kind of hurts me that I've been trying to fix the damage I caused since the initial video, only to someone back into something worse. As I was trying to help you by making a video on how you change and collaborating with you with the Tron Grave video. And it's kind of weird how I was able to give you a second chance, and yet we're still at square one.
Your video was a copy and pasted video from Aldwin. Your thing is dumbs. You say that you couldn't contact me. Did you even try to? You even said in the video that I commented at one of your videos, and you could have made a response from there and tried to talk to me privately or on your YouTube messengers before they removed it. Aldwin's video was lacking a lot of information, that everything was based from her video and nothing else.
He actually didn't copy and paste anything aside from Aldwin's video. Also, I'm pretty sure that the vast majority of information and facts that Dumbsville shared was completely his.
You're not really diving into what exactly he did and didn't copy and paste other than what you're claiming. You're not really proving it. Really, this is bias right here.
So yeah, he didn't even copy and paste anything from Outline. By the way, I decided to have my little brother help me out with the commentary of the Discord messages. Say hi.
What the fuck? Whoa! Whoa, excuse my French. What the hell? You got your family involved? I had to timestamp. You got your family involved. Dumbsville, I should say, got your family involved. No. Dumbsville got you to get your family involved. Oh, okay. Okay, let's just do this again. I am so unhappy. I really am.
Copy and paste anything from Outline. By the way, I decided to have my little brother help me out with the commentary of the Discord messages. Say hi, Aki.
Hello.
Yeah, enough of him. Let's go.
I did not copy paste Audwin's video. If anything, I literally said in the video that I wasn't going to go over everything because it wasn't in Audwin's video. The reason I used her video was because I didn't have the original video. I even asked Audwin for the original and she didn't have it. Also, here's why I didn't contact you privately. 1. YouTube Messenger was already obsolete by the time you commented on my videos. It's a feature that I didn't even know existed until they removed it. 2. YouTube comments aren't a genuine way to contact someone. 3. The entire point of the video was to get you to change the sense. I knew no other way to contact you privately. And also with Sonic93, you aren't getting it. When I made the video on you, how could I have possibly known that Audwin's video lacked a lot of information? Because at the time, the only information I had was her video.
Yes, I know that Aldrin supposedly is the source of the drama.
I'm gonna stop right here just for a bit. I don't like that your brother was reading this. I don't like that you or your brother was involved in this. What is wrong with you? Not Dumbsville. How could you be so content with having two minors, or one being a kid and one possibly being a minor, involved in this, huh? Oh, but she had meaning to Minnie volunteer, but at the same time, Minnie should not have been involved. Yeah, no, he should not have been. But she did not groom him. You groomed both of them.
She's not the source. She's only the information I had. She's not the source.
Yes, she is. Everyone literally took the source of the drama, turned it into her, from her, and just kept on spreading it around. Aldo and Tenshinka didn't start shit.
The first time I just heard is right here. It'll be one of many times someone may say it, that she didn't start shit.
And also, I didn't even know YouTube Messengers was a thing until like I started this whole video. And also, yeah, by the time you commented on Dumbsville's videos, YouTube Messengers was really obsolete.
You didn't explain how and why Aldo and Gajinka didn't start shit. You know full well she went on and bullied her. You don't want to believe it. You don't want us to believe it because you want to believe Dumbsville was in the right. Dumbsville is not Michael Jackson. Dumbsville is not some type of mythical creature that you can just wish to miraculously be right about everything or any of that. You cannot make him your idol, your celebrity, someone who's been dunked on by the media or press or whatever. He's not that person. He's simply a YouTuber who picked the wrongest reasons to go after Sonic93 and made her his problem and just dragged you all in.
That doesn't make her the source. That's not what source means. The original source comes from your original video, which I tried to find but couldn't.
Yeah, and she had a few pieces of it, and that makes her the source of the drama. And in your video, you made it extremely clear that the only content you care from me are the rants, and you couldn't even care less about my other content. And I'm not saying that you have to.
That wasn't the point. You completely missed the original point of my video.
But the way you worded it, all you want to see from me are my rants.
Yes, that was the portion of my video. That was the part of my video. But that wasn't the point of the video. Well, to be honest, all you really did and what you really got popular for Sonic93 were your rant videos about KiryuuAi, yes, I know I said that wrong, and Yoshi. And like Dumbsville said, and as I watched the video from Dumbsville, that was only a part of the video. That wasn't the point of the video though.
Dude.
The thing is, it would have helped if you showed the video right here for us to see. You cannot even explain what his point really was because you're just recycling and you're not really diving in to the context that he so-called had.
Your video was like 15 minutes of filter of explaining the backstory of how I became popular. What was the point of saying that? I don't understand.
Yes, because believe it or not everybody knows who you are.
Wait, are you trying to make me more rants or something?
Yeah, because it's kind of what you're known for, and lots of us want more content. But that also was, once again, not the point of the video.
All you did was just making me look worse. I know you were trying to help, but you didn't.
Yeah, I actually didn't know who you were until I watched Dumbsville's video on you, and like he explained who you were, what you meant to him, and all of that. And like I don't know why you're complaining about that. And also, like Dumbsville said, not the point of the video.
Then what is the point? You can say the point all you want, but that's not telling the point. Dumbsville did cause mess for her. Sonic93 got up and left. But the thing is, Dumbsville's the one who spread lies about her. Dumbsville's trying to apologize for it, even though it wasn't a real apology. The thing is, you and your brother cannot speak for Dumbsville. You can't. You're messing up his false narrative by making it even more false. If you know what I mean.
So me making the resurrection of Sonic93 video and finding into a John Gray video and finding into my podcast, etc. meant nothing to you. I didn't have to do all that for you, but I looked up to you enough to give you a second chance. You didn't even acknowledge of what I was wrongly accused, because I didn't think that you were wrongly accused. All you can say is that you were trying to guilt trip me? Well, what about it? What about now? I proved myself innocent and you're not even acknowledging it. I'm not trying to guilt trip you. This is genuinely how I feel. I commented on your video. What more do you want me to do? This is genuinely how he feels. I mean, what more do you want him to do? I'm being serious. What more do you want him to do? Look.
Best thing for you to have done, Kiryuuu, and your brother in Dumbsville was to fucking leave her alone. Seriously. You were playing with her. Well, actually, Dumbsville, not you, but Dumbsville was playing with her mind. All of you should have just stayed out of it. If you really thought she was a problem, you could have handled it a better way by just reporting her. And I'm not saying you should have. I'm saying hypothetically you should have. Because I know what happened. Not every single detail, but I know for the most part, you all went after her and you fabricated. You used people from the outside. You harassed her. There were people who sent her threats. List goes on. And you gaslit her.
Look, if I put you through anything, I'm sorry, but we're in a dire situation here.
And yet you have been supportive at times, but the fact that you're not acknowledging what I'm saying or doing is something due. Ooh, what does that mean? Why are you afraid that I'm gonna make a video on you?
Because I feel like everything I tried to help you with has been saying shit like, look who's talking, the one who made things worse for me. Because you want to help me doesn't make things heal either. This is 10 months old drama I thought we buried long ago. I was tired of dealing with it 10 months ago, and I'm tired of dealing with it now.
And it is not fair for you to say that. You have no right to say that. You weren't the one being wrongly accused. You weren't one being losing your best friend out of it. You weren't the one having 4 videos separating lies about you. What are you saying about me right now is purely disrespectful, and honestly, it feels like you're entirely closed-minded.
First off, we've been acknowledging what you've been saying. Dumbsville, Just Robot, I don't Junji Ito.
Why are you Final Fantasy? Why are you Final? Oh my goodness! Why are you Final Fantasizing all these different people into this? You don't need to mention their names. You don't need to drag them into this, even though they jumped in themselves. You don't need to Captain Planet them to this even more.
Stuff we've been acknowledging what you've been saying. Dumbsville, Just Robot, I don't Junji Ito. I've been acknowledging what you've been saying, and you've been turning it into more drama instead of like helping yourself. Second, Dumbsville is not a close-minded person. He's actually very open-minded, and I like him for that.
It doesn't matter. Dunsville, just a robot, Aldo Gajinka, and you, I'm not blaming your brother, it's you in Dunsville. You didn't take responsibility for your actions. It doesn't matter what you say about just a robot because it wasn't about that. What it was about is that you all jumped in and Dunsville hid behind you and groomed some of you.
And third, yeah, you're in a dire situation. I mean, if we look at the amount of videos that have been made about you, of course you're in a dire situation. I'm truly trying to make peace here, but I can't do that when we're both in the cycle. I said sorry, and I will say it again. So I'm sorry about Amy-chan and the videos made on you, but I can't really say that when I know the very next thing you'll reply to me is that I'm not really sorry, or that I don't mean it, or that I did something wrong. I did not mean to spread lies about you. I did not make my videos with the intention to spread lies about you. I've tried to say sorry before for things I didn't even want to or I tend to do. But you know what? It's great to know that it won't work out anyways.
You really think saying sorry will just make things automatically go away? No, you're literally excusifying everything you did and what happened. And you fucking never said this. This is 10-month old drama. I thought we buried this a long time ago. I was tired of dealing with it 10 months ago, and I'm tired of dealing with it now. You made the video on me around 4 months ago, after Alduin did. You can't say you don't want to be involved in something when you already were in the first place.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I came here to have discussion about our sides and look at where we're doing now. Fighting like 2 children on a playground. I'm sorry, but I'm ending this conversation. There's no way I can defend myself at this point. Goodbye. Before I say my thoughts about that one, my little brother has stuff to do, so say goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, no one cares. Yeah.
Please don't ever do this again. Leave your family out of it. Please.
Shut up, Rocky. Before you all bash me in the comments, that's normally how we talk to each other. Am I right, Rocky? Yep, that's how we talk to each other. Anyways, bye, little turd. First off, you have a lot of guys who's saying that Dumbsville is actually making excuses. He's actually not. He's actually pretty tired of it, and know just wants to end, but hey, look at what you're doing.
Listen, you can project all you want right here from 4 years ago. It doesn't make it right. All because you say it, all because Dumbsville say it. People can be tired of it. Someone can sit there and point at me saying, "No, I'm tired of you," all because I said, "Hey, dude, I'm tired of the fact of that I keep trying to explain to you that you had nothing to do with this situation." "Oh no, I'm tired of you for not understanding what I'm saying." I mean, I do understand what you're saying. You keep burrowing into something that never involved you. You can try to rationalize what you're saying. It doesn't make it real. Stop trying to pseudo rationalize what you're saying for the sake of sounding right when you're wrong.
You're just stirring up the drama boat. And like also just because someone makes a video 4 months after someone did that's about you doesn't mean that he wants to get involved or anything like that.
But he did, and KiryuuAi got involved. Many of you got involved. Over one silver fangirl, a whole entire cult got involved. You are all that cult, no offense.
He just wants to see the sides of the story. But clearly Aldrin was right. But yeah, so those are the actual Discord messages.
No. You can't just say Alderman was right and then just run along and talk about something else. Why was she right? What is the context? She harassed Sonic93. She's like, "Notice me, boo," or something like that. There's enough evidence in my videos that Alderman Gajinka was stirring up crap. You have got to stop being biased, people. Just because you want one other person to be right doesn't mean you can just use a magic wand and miraculously say, "Oh, that person's in the right," because you don't like the other person. I have actually defended people I don't like because I was being real with what they did and didn't do. I still respect people I don't like because they're human beings and they deserve that type of respect, that type of acknowledgement if they did something right versus what they've done wrong. I do not like bias. I don't.
Is Dumbsville let me use. Again, I would like to thank Dumbsville for letting me have his blessings, for letting me use the messages and all that.
Please move on to what you're trying to say and stop with the blessings. Dumbsville is not your fucking god. No offense. You're probably older right now. This is why I'm talking like this. But still.
And yeah, thank you for the support of the video. Anyways, let's see Sonic93's side of the story, which we all know is probably gonna be crap.
Kiryuuu, let people think for themselves. That's what Dumbsville should have done for you and your brother. He should have let you both think for yourselves.
But at the same time, as I said in our Discord conversation, I don't understand why he's so surprised when I have already established it in my Mellow Sugar Plum video, where I have stated like maybe 3 times that I was gonna make a video on him, including the other ones.
Dumbsville did say he didn't watch that part. So maybe I don't know.
And before
Let me go back. I feel like I missed something right there. I do apologize. Too much of this.
where I have stated like maybe 3 times that I was gonna make a video on him, including the other ones.
Dumbsville did say he didn't watch that part. So maybe I don't know.
Okay, so here's what I gotta say. You know what he quote unquote said, and you don't even know what to say after that. Why even bring it up? Why not ask Dumbsville to speak for himself? You know what? That's the thing. He did a video with KiryuuAi with this part. What was the point of you jumping in? No offense, Kiryuuu. What was the point? You are not defending Dumbsville. You're just repeating.
And before you might say, "Oh, well, maybe they didn't watch the whole video to get to that part, or they didn't watch it at all." That would have been fine if he didn't comment on it and said he liked the video. I honestly think it's really stupid and misleading to give a comment to something you haven't even seen the whole thing of. It was literally around 7 minutes in when I mentioned the first time I was gonna cover up his video on me. And according to him, he said he was trying to be supportive.
And here's her mistake number 1. She didn't post a full screenshot for all of you to see, which I have right here, which I read out loud with my brother.
Didn't she already show that screenshot was already in the video? That screenshot was already there. Your so-called evidence, Kiryuuu, is objectionable. I object to all objectionable puzzles. Yes, I'm an Ace Attorney fan. Myself. Did you even bother to cross-examine her? You know, I'm actually cross-examining anyone I'm actually calling out. Yeah, funny thing, right? What the heck? This was already in the video. I'm gonna have to timestamp this. What are you saying?
You see, I post comments before I watch videos. I watched a few videos recently, Carly Carmine into Duel Links, and I shared my thoughts on it before. That's mostly because I know what they're probably gonna say and all that.
No, you don't. The issue is that even though I don't know everything myself, and I'm not a know-it-all, no, I'm not. I know how a lot of people function because I see it so many times through their actions. I read people's body language. I read their words. I read their stuttering through their tones. And I can tell how your mind works in a situation because propaganda is such a pain in the butt. And I don't like propaganda.
If everybody watched 5Ds, spoiler warning, we all know that Carly Carmine sponsors aren't really the best when it comes to competitive dueling. But hey, there's always people who are...
Please, what does Yu-Gi-Oh have to do with this? If anything, I'd rather think about Yusei Fudo, one of my now favorite characters because I love his theme from Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. It makes me think of Sonic Adventure, like someone has said. Also, a little Mega Man and a vibe I get from his theme. But that aside, why are you talking about Duel Links right now? Why anything about Yu-Gi-Oh? You're bragging.
Who are going to turn them into like a really overpowered deck.
And
You were bragging. I'm sorry, you were literally bragging right there by far.
Like a really overpowered deck.
And a quick question. Shouldn't you find it suspicious that someone you quote-unquote called out on is talking about the same topic you covered up already, claiming I was doing something wrong? I find that being quote-unquote supportive of that very inconsistent and illogical, especially when you go against me because I want to talk about your video.
He's just covering our topics that came up and all that, and that's still going on. Also, telling from all the other things you said about the other YouTubers that covered your topic, yeah, I think he has every right to be kind of worried about that.
He would have had a right to be worried if he was actually worried about himself and Sonic93 and not just about himself with how he looks towards his fans, to the point that he was lying to make himself look good because that's what you're doing for him. The thing is, you keep speaking for him, but why did you feel the need to speak for Dumbsville? So many spoke for him unnecessarily. He was right there. Sonic93 didn't believe him, but you all jumped in, and for what? And then your narratives don't even add up.
As I understood, the reason he feels what he feels is because he thought we were close friends, and I basically, quote-unquote, haven't moved on from the drama, and I was planning to do this all along and backstabbed him. which he kinda is right about me wasn't able to move on from the drama, and that is why these videos are made to begin with.
Oh, wow, I'm gonna be.
God dang it. To the point where I just want to say, Eureka! But not yet. Jeez.
That meme, hold on, I'm so sorry. Almost everything she said was false. He's disappointed in you because one, you didn't change as a person. When you had like a whole bunch of chances to change as a person. Two, you guys weren't really friends. I mean, he looked up to you as an idol, but he never really thought of you as like a friend or anything like that.
The hell? Now, to anyone who's seen my videos, or anyone who's heard of Dumbsville and Sonic93 being friends, Nico Royam was someone who was under the impression, or back and forth with it, thinking that Dumbsville and Sonic93 were tight. You're saying things that are different from what other accusers are saying. So you of course they weren't really friends. But Nico begged to differ. Other people begged to differ. Other people are saying different things. Dumbsville is saying different things. What the hell is wrong with you all?
And yes, you guys say like collapse and all that, but after that Discord thing, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys are like never friends again. And
What is it about?
thirdly, yeah, this is basically what you're doing. All the bad stuff you just in that very sentence about you backstabbing him, it's exactly what you're doing.
And I never quote unquote planned to do this all along throughout the time we were talking.
Kiryuuu, you can just say that's exactly what you're doing. Your projecting doesn't make it true. It just makes your voice more objectionable.
I can literally explain everything to him if he actually wants to hear me out, but like I said, he's too caught up with his own emotions.
He did listen to you, and he wasn't too caught up in his own emotions.
First of all, is that supposed to be Phoenix's Japanese voice? Why couldn't you just use his English voice? I'm not saying I don't like the Japanese voices, I do, but aren't you being a little selective? I mean, what the heck? You're that much of a selective person back then? I don't believe this. No. Please don't tell me. Don't tell me. You did this for attention. Oh my god.
He did listen to you, and he wasn't too caught up in his own emotions. In fact, it's the exact opposite. You are Sonic93. And don't act like you were gonna plan or were not gonna plan this. You were gonna plan this. So stop playing the victim card.
And
She probably wouldn't even know what that is. If you're throwing Yu-Gi-Oh into Ace Attorney, you're doing such a poor job of getting your point across. There's a difference between sounding cool and actually getting the point across. They're not the same thing.
about us being quote unquote close friends, as everyone keeps saying, we weren't. We weren't as close friends as it seemed like.
And that's the thing about it. Kiryuuu, why did you feel the need to quote unquote correct her when she was going to say it anyway? And I was pointing it out. They weren't really close friends or friends. What was the point, Kiryuuu?
Once again, I'm not taking anything away he was trying to do for me, but I don't see how he thought we were so close when we barely talked. I mean, yeah, he's busy with college and stuff, I get it. But when we did, I didn't feel like we got to know each other as individuals outside of our YouTube usernames.
I can't even say anything since there's like so many contradictions in that one sentence that all I can say is bullshit.
You didn't show the contradictions. You can't just say it. It is miraculously true. The thing is, she was describing what she felt. What's the contradiction in that?
I always keep hearing that Dumbsville's behavior on YouTube is just a persona and he's different in person. But I have talked to him a few times and I sincerely don't sense any differences. The impression he has given to me is that, is he genuine and caring, or is he an arrogant douchebag?
And I'm not saying that's the truth about him, but that's just the impression he has given me. With other
She didn't really call him a douchebag. She was wondering that in her mind. What you put right there, you were gaslighting her. I'm gonna go back to this. Basically, she called Dumbsville a douche and is saying he acts rude, which is false. I sped up due to the fact I was running out of phone space. I know, cheap. So Dumbsville wasn't even remotely rude when I showed off what he and Bag of Deuce did in the other videos? You cannot tell me Dumbsville was never rude. If you were to talk to me, I'll be smiling like you, like Mitsurugi, aka Miles Edgeworth, Kiryuuu. I will have that big smile on my face, and I'm gonna be like, I spy a contradiction.
Is he genuine and caring, or is he an arrogant douchebag?
And I'm not saying that's the truth about him, but that's just the impression he has given me. With other words, Dumbsville confuses me so much about what kind of person he is. I honestly can't read him.
And you were the one who said Dumbsville was close-minded.
And there is one thing that truly bothers me the most that I've heard so many times of is this Dumbsville cared about you and he looked up to you. Okay, I'm not gonna say he doesn't, but here's my few questions about that statement. If Dumbsville truly cared about me, why didn't he try to reach to me when the drama occurred the first time? Why doesn't he show any interest in what's going on my side? Why didn't he make a video whining to his fans about the conversation between us? Why couldn't he want to talk to me again after he calmed down from the news of me gonna make this video? You know, since he was the one who cut ties with me. How is making the Let's Talk About Sonic93 video gonna solve anything? Why is he so quick to believe that I want to hurt his feelings when I had told him in the call that this isn't about him, this is about me when it comes to this video?
As of right now, after hearing that, I am trying to resist the urge to throw my caramel frappuccino across the damn room.
How the hell is that even concerning? You don't even feel that way, do you? And even if you do, because I don't know exactly how you really would have felt in that moment, other than the fact that you were showing off. That's what gets me. You made it about yourself, like Nico Royam did in the same year that she made a similar video. What was the point? You're both getting all defensive. You're both white knights. But at the same time, you were groomed. Still, how can you even be proud of yourself for having this video up here?
This is what I mean when I say I feel disappointed in him. He doesn't handle these kinds of situations very well, and he comes off as extremely defensive and incredibly sensitive. I can't understand if Dums is a sensitive person, but you can't be a YouTuber, have 40k plus subs, and then not expect something like this to happen. You're not gonna always be liked for everything you do just because you get endless or at least constant praise. Once again, I get flashbacks of when Akai was having a similar attitude with her fame.
I think that's more of a description of you and not Dumbsville. I mean, Dumbsville has been handling this in like a reasonable fashion for a YouTuber, but Sonic93 is more questionable.
How is she more questionable if you're not giving context and you're just saying Dumbsville is this, Dumbsville is kind, Dumbsville didn't do anything wrong, Dumbsville is in the right, Dumbsville is sweet, Dumbsville, is that your mantra? Sorry, I'm roasting you right now. You know, when it comes to roasting someone, hey, I can roast you. I'm not being disgusting.
So, now that I said my short piece perspective of the whole Dumbsville situation, let's talk about his video. I will say that his video was much more bearable to watch than Alduin's. With her video, I barely survived without her lame, offensive jokes and that awful attitude.
What do you mean offensive jokes in Alduin's video? I mean, yeah, it mentions genital mutilation, but how is that offensive? I don't really see that as offensive. In fact, I mean, not to sound sadistic or anything, I actually kind of laughed at it. I don't know.
Did you not see the thumbnail that Alderman Gajinka have with it was silver on the cross, if not Sonic93? I don't remember. She was trying to jab at her religion, even though Sonic93 is Muslim, not Christian. Alderman said other things in there too. You're not even really grasping at what the video was really about. What Alderman Gajinka, bullying Sonic93 and being a massive troll. You're being selective and catering to favoritism.
But yeah, that's just a character trait from a character that she likes. Also, what do you mean unbearable and wrong attitude? She had the right attitude considering the fact that you were yelling the whole time in that whole video.
Alderman Gajinka had the right attitude. Considering that it was all on you, Sonic93. She was right. Alderman Gajinka intensifies with the aura, the golden aura that turns her into a supersonic, Super Saiyan wife of Dio. Brent, no, stop. Please. That's what you're doing.
And I was actually able to watch it. I actually found it really good.
And I don't have much to say about his video since he doesn't really go in details of my original Melody video, since he did claim he couldn't find the actual video to make his own judgment and basically had only Alduin's video to go for. He mainly just talks about how me and Amy became popular and he wants us to make more rants, which I can understand that because he probably felt us making rant videos was our audience and my quote-unquote downfall. So what I'm gonna do is just say one subjective opinion and two things that really bothered me the most of what he said.
AKA just grade A, send your white knights to target Dumbsville, even though you're clearly in the wrong and we've been trying to help you. And yes, I know I've been saying that the whole time, but it's
If you know you said that the whole time, what is the point of you saying it constantly when you don't have to say it because it's irrelevant to what she actually said?
true, we've been trying to help her. But yeah, she's just, I don't know why, she's just not wanting the help we've been giving her.
Not wanting the help we've been giving her or trying to give her. Kiryu, let's say Sonic93 was saying that about Dumbsville. She kept saying, I was just trying to help Dumbsville. And she says it exactly the same way you're saying it. You know what the problem would be? No context. I'll be like, what is Sonic93 talking about? She keeps saying that Dumbsville wanted her help, and Dumbsville's saying, well, hey, fam, I don't need your help because I have a whole lot going on in my life. I'm just trying to take a deep breather. And then she says, oh, well, it's not my fault that Dumbsville got mad at me. I just wanted to help him. But how did you approach him, Sonic93? I'm saying this hypothetically speaking, if we were to flip the sides of Sonic93 and Dumbsville, I would be saying the same thing towards Sonic93 that I'm saying to Kiryuuu right now.
So let's start with the subjective opinion, and that is Dumbsville's excessive intro. I know that's Dumbsville's thing to use a lot of clips and memes to describe his emotions during something he says. For me, for example, he feels disappointed or he feels sad. I get it. I don't see anything wrong with that. Sometimes I do the same thing with my videos, but they're just short clips. My problem is it goes on for way too long. It took him 2 minutes and 31 seconds to finally start talking about the topic.
I make Yu-Gi-Oh! Links on crack videos for a living. And they're not, I know they're not really so popular and all, but, like, at least I know comedy and all that. And also the last clip you posted was a death threat, according to Just Robot.
What? First of all, you were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And then you jump into a death... What? A death threat? What? What are you talking about? A death threat where? Let's go back.
Topic.
I make Yu-Gi-Oh! Links on crack videos for a living. And they're not, I know they're not really so popular and all, but, like, At least I know comedy and all that. And also the last clip you posted was a death threat, according to Just Robot.
According to Just a Robot? Oh, jeez.
And also, Dumbsville's intro clip was like reasonable, at like a reasonable length because, you know, full clip of the movie and all that. I mean, really conveys the thing. And what do you mean lose interest? I mean, to be honest, it got me more interested in it.
Honestly, to me, something that goes on for too long without getting to the point is making me lose interest or just wondering when the informative stuff is coming up.
Wow, you must be really impatient.
So,
I'm really pissed right now. You said she made a death threat according to Just a Robot, and none of you jokers did a damn thing about it because you knew you were all lying about her.
after a long intro, he goes on about how sad he is and how he didn't want to make the video. That right there is pissing me off because he literally didn't need to make his video on me. He could have just talked to me or at the very least trying to reach me out. And what is his reasons for not trying to reach me? He couldn't find a way to do that and he wouldn't be comfortable to talk to me. I'll get more on that, how that is complete BS later on his video.
Of course he said you're the main inspiration that inspired him to make all the videos that he made so far. And also, why are you pissed off that he couldn't contact you privately?
Here's the thing. If she made a death threat, why aren't you expanding upon it? What death threat? Why are you sitting there talking like, oh, we're back to square one where, you know, Dumbsville was trying to be kind and stuff, and he was being reasonable when, you know, he couldn't talk to you. What about the death threat? What about that? Where is it?
I mean, we already said, and I already read out loud with my brother, that one, he didn't feel comfortable with contacting you because he didn't know you personally.
Okay, Dumbsville. You did say I was one of your favorite Sonic YouTubers, right? Mainly because of my rants, obviously. So, do you remember in my KiryuuAi rant series, I was actually trying to talk to her about her attitude and her hate for Amy Rose before I made a series on her? I didn't give two shits of how popular she was. I saw what I thought she did was wrong, and I wanted to confront her about it. And when she didn't cooperate, then I made a rant series. If you did try to reach to me and then didn't succeed, then I would have found your video on me more reasonable to be made.
Now, going back to why I feel him saying he couldn't find a way to contact me or he would be uncomfortable to talk to me is complete BS. These two clips I'm going to show you right now is saying to me the opposite of him couldn't find at least one way to contact me and the other one of the whole, I wouldn't be uncomfortable talking to you.
This woman inspired you. This was your senpai. This is your senpai. Remember when Sonic93 commented on your video, your True Love Part 2 video? That was an epic Fortnite win. For real, that was like a moment where I was freaking out. That was one of the happiest moments for me. Seeing a YouTuber you look up to comment on your video. This is a person who has inspired me. This is a person who I look up to, for real. I would often dream of collaborating with this person. No joke, I'm serious right now. I've talked to her in the comments before. She's a genuinely cool person. She's super sweet and super nice. Sonic93, if you're watching this, I'd be down to collab.
Alright, Dumbsville, I need to ask you this, because this doesn't add up at all. You said in our Discord conversation that you couldn't find a way to contact me and you wouldn't be comfortable to talk to me. But you literally could respond to that comment I made of your True Love 94 video and just say something like, hey Sonic93, I've heard some drama going on with you and is it alright if we talk about this? I've been hearing some things about it and I want to help you.
How many times do people have to say this? YouTube comments are a general way to perfectly contact people. It's a public comment area. Anything you say in a comment area or like a comment that you post will publicly be shown on the internet and for everyone to see on YouTube and any social media forum.
You know that applies to your video, right? And whatever fake context you provided for Dumbsville, it's beside the point. Dumbsville and you all made multiple videos on her, and you acted like, oh well, hey, he can't contact her because hey, this is his jam. Like he doesn't want to do it like that. He's not comfortable with certain things. So why was he comfortable talking about her behind her back? Why were you comfortable diving in? Why did so many of you come up with these fabrications? Oh, she made a death threat. What about the death threats that you could publicly see made towards her that you ignored? Even from people on DeviantArt and Bagadoosh themselves.
That's why.
That's what Nani did. She may have made a video on me, but the reason I was comfortable to talk to her was because she legit offered to help me, and I would have went for it if I wasn't encouraged. Also, you never clarified on why you would be uncomfortable to talk to me. Why would you feel uncomfortable to talk to someone whom inspired you? Like you always keep mentioning, I was your senpai. Me commenting on one of your videos was one of your happiest moments, and you were freaking out about it. And I'm a genuinely cool person, super sweet and super nice.
Not to sound rude or anything, but by the time I'm done with this video, half of my brain cells will have died from stupidity. He said
Half of your brain cells are dying because you were weaponizing and being foolish enough to flush them down the toilet over something that had nothing to do with you. No offense. My brain cells are the ones that are sacrificing themselves to understand you.
Dumbsville said, and I quote, he didn't feel comfortable talking to you personally because he didn't know you personally. I mean, yeah, he looked up to you as like a senpai, a mentor, inspiration.
The thing is, that's a double standard. That's a double standard because you cannot possibly say legitly that, oh, this person inspires me and I'm going to feature them in so many videos, or I'm going to do this and that about them and trust them or whatever. And then you tell people a certain narrative about them like you know them and say, oh, I didn't even know the whole thing. And then you jump back and forth, not giving the context of what you're trying to say in regards to Sonic93. And then you're like, you are my senpai. How was Dumbsville, how was Sonic93 Dumbsville's senpai if he doesn't feel comfortable talking to his own senpai? They don't really know each other. People are saying, oh, Dumbsville and Sonic93 are tight and stuff. It's a contradiction. It's a double standard when it comes to Dumbsville, and it's a whole contradiction right there.
But he didn't know you personally. He only knew you as a kind and sweet person that did rant video.
Not to mention that after I apologized, you then decided to want to talk to me? So, you think making a video about me is better than to reach me out? Or at least try to reach me before making the video. Not only that, but you're completely fine with the idea of collaborating with me, but you can't talk to me directly about something you feel I did something wrong?
Thank you, Sonic93. You killed all of my brain cells, and that video was a way to reach out to you. And
you know what really killed your brain cells? Simping Dumbsville for no apparent good reason. Making this video when you have a life ahead of yourself and you dragging your brother into it because of Dumbsville. What is wrong with you?
And apparently you took that as him not reaching out to you? What?
What the fuck?
That's what I've been asking myself this whole video.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, people. I thought this video was gonna be longer, but honestly, I'm glad it wasn't. Dumbsville's video wasn't that important to make a commentary of, and he was more expressing his opinions of my videos that aren't rants and just basically said at the end, don't be crazy fan or whatever. So, with that being said, I thank you for watching. See you next time on the next video.
Which is probably gonna be about me, but you know what? I'm fine with that.
No,
Go
you're not.
ahead and hit me with a brick wall of insults and so-called unnecessary drama. Because you know what? I've handled worse in real life. Okay? I am not homeschooled for no reason. And, well, thank you for watching the video. My first commentary video. The game that's playing in the background is a free 7 Deadly Sins game, Grand Cross. Yes, I'm talking about the new 7 Deadly Sins game. Also, the sprite work is really good. I just realized that some of the shading art changes throughout the video for some reason. And,
That isn't even
Oh
important.
no, I mean the hair has questionable physics.
You're
I'm not trying to
nitpicking.
be nitpicky, but as an artist, I
You're
don't
nitpicking.
know. Anyways, I'll see you all in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links on Crack 8. Or if Sonic93 makes a video about me, my next and second commentary video. Bye!
You know what? Whatever. Kiryuu, I wouldn't be surprised if Sonic93 didn't even know you existed. Yeah. She doesn't even care about many people who have jumped in, but because you left hidden messages, Kiryuu, you let me know that you didn't care if Sonic93 didn't watch your video. You wanted other people to believe what you and Dumbsville were saying about her, and you projected. The whole thing with the threat I heard, I mean, not even the whole thing. It was just you mentioned it about just a robot bringing it up, and you never really went into detail about what she quote unquote said. The death threat. There were death threats towards her, and you didn't even bother talking about any of that. It's like, okay, even if she quote unquote did, why didn't you mention on the other side, people going after her? Because you have to talk about things on, like, left and right. You can't just be one sided and say, oh, she did this and that. Like, think about it this way. Me not caring if Dumbsville got threatened, and I'm just talking about Dumbsville. I didn't do that. I did mention one person, if not another, who threatened Dumbsville or whatever, came after him and came after one of his fans. So yeah, despite what he did, I still mentioned that he was wronged by somebody else. You are all being selective, and it's like, what is this? So the reason why I'm gonna have to make a separate video to elaborate on certain things with this is because of the threat situation. This video, things are not adding up, and also, Kiryuu, please don't ever drag family into something like this ever again. I mean, if it's fun if you're calling for help, in a serious situation, but to do this, what you had your brother do for Dunsville, no, that is painful. I'm sick and tired of people being used. Also, Kiryuu, one little thing, you activated my trap card, so I'll be seeing you in another video I make, and I have a surprise guest for you. So, toodaloo.